Welcome to another episode of I Can't Make This Up, the show about bringing people together from different backgrounds through true stories. I'm your host, AJ Dunk, spelled all caps. You can find me at www.ajdunk.com. When guests are taking the time out of their day to be on an episode of I Can't Make This Up, I have to consider them to be special. So, guest, if you would, please introduce yourself.
My name is Alexander Payne. I'm from Los Angeles, California. From South Central Los Angeles, California. So as soon as I heard there was rioting going on, I was like, oh shit, let me go get my wagon. Can I make jokes or is that? Am I allowed to do that?
I want everybody to welcome my guy Alex, stand-up comic.
Right now I'm in Queens, New York. If you don't know about Queens, New York, it is the whitest place in New York. When I see another black person on the street here, they always like, hey bro, you know, I'm lost, bro. How do I get out of here? I'm like, well, actually, you want to make right?
For everyone that is watching for the first time, for the 5th time, for the 100th time, however many times it may be that you're watching, I'm going to explain to you what is about to happen. So, Alex is here and he is going to share a true story that has happened in his life that he cannot make up. Now, while he is telling this story, if you're watching and you're like, now, if he's in Queens, why the hell is he outside in the backyard when his ass should be in the bunker hiding out being black? Then you press that button down there and you submit your question. So once he's done telling his story, I will look through the questions and I will pull them up and then we'll be able to ask him those questions. Before you tell this story, do you pinky promise that it's true?
Yes, 100%. It is true.
All right. Okay, Alex, would you please share this story?
So this story has to do with where I'm from. I'm from, again, South Central Los Angeles. Basically, I live like 2 blocks from Nipsey Hussle's store.
The Marathon Continue. Oh, I know where that is. I'm gonna visit that.
Yeah, so that's how I give people hood landmarks. I'm like, I live next to Nipsey Hussle, and they go, right. I know that. Okay. Basically, I live in a place where I couldn't acknowledge the color red until I moved to New York. So I didn't acknowledge the color red until like I was 25 years old. In high school, I went to a private school near the airport, and I had to wear a uniform. And my uniform was red. I used to save my money. Like, my mom would give me lunch money, and I used to take that money, and I used to, like, basically keep it, because I would, like, save it for a month and buy video games with it.
Okay.
So I caught the bus back, and I had the money, and I'm walking down the street, and at the end of the block, I see like 5 big ass dudes, and I'm wearing the colors that I'm wearing. I'm like, you know that moment when you're like, man, I'm about to get jumped. I know it. Come on, like, you know, like this is it. Like, you know what I mean? Just be a man. You made it pretty far without getting jumped in a while. And I have about $50 on me, which is not a lot, but when you don't work, it's a lot. Yeah. Like $50 was like, that's like a month of lunches I missed. Like, man, what can I do? How can I hide this money? And I'm like, okay, they put at least like $15 in your pocket, but then kneel down and pretend like you gotta tie your shoes to get ready for your ass whooping. About to fight, but then put the money in your sock. It looked like 5 Kevin Garnett's. Where I was like, shit. Man, I'm not gonna win this fight, and I can't outrun them. And at the time I get there, they surround me. Literally, they surround me, and then I'm like, fuck it, here we go. Like, all right, took my glasses off. And then one of them stopped and was like, you know what, man? Leave him alone. Look at his keychain. And I didn't even realize it, but I always wore a keychain that said, I love Jesus. I swear to God, I wore a keychain that said, I love Jesus. And I didn't realize this, but they were right in front of a church, and they were like, yeah, man, just leave him alone. And I swear to God, because of that keychain that said, I love Jesus, they just left me alone and they walked away. And I got to keep all that money. And ever since that day, I never doubt the belief in God. Because you know what? There is no such thing as a thug that is an atheist. You may find a white dude who's an atheist, or a judge, or whatever, a Jewish person, but you ain't never gonna find a thug atheist that's like, man, I don't believe in God. Niggas get shot 9 times and they be like, yo, thank you, God, for that 10th bullet jam. It's the truth. So that was my story of why I believe in God and why I do not doubt his existence or the power of his existence to this day. I don't know if that was a good story. I hope.
Oh, yeah. Oh, because guess what? This is when the questions come. You didn't make like a name, like, oh, hey, I'm Alex, I live here. Like, people weren't familiar with you?
Hell no. No. The only people I knew were across the street, and the two next to me were both drug dealers. One was such a shitty drug dealer because he still lived with his mom. So it was like, dropping his name would have been like, you know, like, oh, I know Bang. And they would have been like, man, I'm going to beat you up just for knowing me. That's one. And the other one was this guy, his name was Peanut. And he was one of those drug dealers where I was like, I don't know what level he's moving, but I remember he was like, he gave me like $100 to go to the store. And then I tried to give him his change back. And he gave me that look like, man, get the fuck out of here. And I was like, and he took his shirt off one time. He had like bullet holes all on his body. I was like, man, I ain't never fucking with him. Yeah.
He believes in God.
Yeah, he believed in God too. I'll tell you that. He had a big ass cross on. That's what I'm saying. I'm telling you, man, there's no such thing as atheists in the hood.
I was thinking, like, did it come untucked once you try to tuck your money in your sock? And I was like, but you just had it on like, already.
Yeah, I was letting my Jesus flag fly. It was like a big thing. It was like almost like when you see the lady at the DMV pull out her keys or something, and it's got a big thing. You're like, damn, it's like that. Like my mom gave it to me.
I'm surprised you didn't bring extra change of clothes to school just because of walking home with that red.
You know what? I don't know why. I think I was so thinking about that game, I forgot about my life. Like, think about it. I was willing to starve for a game. I don't even know what game it was. That's crazy.
That's what I was just about to ask you. You don't even remember what game it was.
I had no idea what game it was. It wasn't even a religious game. It wasn't like, you know, Bible Hunter 6 or nothing. It was just a game.
Do you still have that lanyard? How long did you keep it?
I kept it until the chain, like the front part that held the keys, broke.
Okay.
Yeah. Like trust me, I kept it. Like I even kept it when it broke. I put it in my car. Like I put it in my car just to be like, keep me safe in this car, Jesus, please, God, keep me safe. So the school I went to was a Catholic school, right? And I had never been. My family's not Catholic. Like I wasn't even really religious at all. We weren't religious. I'm gonna be honest. Like the only time we went to church was when someone died.
Okay.
Basically, I remember we went to church one time, and I remember like it was like 100 black people there, and like the only white person is a picture of Jesus.
Yeah.
And I just remember thinking to myself, where I'm like, this can't be right. Like, you know what I mean? And then I'm watching like my grandmother give money to white Jesus, and I'm like, is this why I'm getting socks every birthday? Because you're giving my money to white Jesus? You know what I mean? Right when that instance happened, I was like, he found me. He found me for sure. Yeah, every single game I buy, I regret. There's always a moment when I start playing it, and I'm like, I could be doing anything else with my fucking life, but I'm addicted. Did you ever run into those guys again? Yeah, every time I lose my faith. No. I never ran into them ever again.
Wait a minute. There wasn't another route you could have taken?
Oh yeah, I could have went back and then went right, but the thing was they were like on the way to my house. So if I had went back and then went right, it was the idea of like all they had to do was go right and see me on the other side of the corner. And then the other thing too is like if you run away, and I couldn't see who they were close up, but it's like if I ran away, I am now known as what we like to call open bitch season. So it's like you're basically gonna get your ass whooped for running away by everybody because they're like, well, he's a bitch. So it's like I had to take this one ass whooping, and they go like, yeah, all right. Or I can take a multitude of ass whoopings from the whole neighborhood. Because word gets around real fast when everyone thinks you're a pussy, you know. And look at me. Like, I wear glasses. I look like this. Like, bro, like, you know, I'm not going to say anything, but I was a sensitive kid in the hood. Like, they knew I was sensitive because I used to ask drug dealers, like, yo, what's your favorite memory? And they would be like, this nigga right here. He ain't going to make it. I wish I were Asian so I can conquer white people. They have figured out how not to be like offended and be like, fuck white people. They still go like, yeah, I'm gonna marry a white person, but then I'm gonna eradicate his genes. It's like, whoa, these motherfuckers are thinking so far ahead. Because they know if you multiply white times anything with color, the color will win. So it's like, oh shit, these motherfuckers are doing math where they're like, multiply white times 0, you're gonna get 0. So they have figured it out. That's all I'm saying.
It was very eye-opening. Oh shit, look at that car going in reverse. You better be careful, they zooming out behind you.
Oh yeah, they do that all day long. Those are Italians, don't worry, they have insurance.
Let the people know how you would like to be remembered.
People had a big giant mural of me above their fireplace, and maybe a statue in town square, or I don't know, maybe if I was on the money, that would be great. Instead of saying in God we trust and Alex we trust, and there's a picture of me on the backlight.
Before we say goodbye to Alex, let me know, everybody, in the comments. Thumbs up if you believe the story, thumbs down if you do not believe the story that Alex has told. We got a thumbs up.
I got a clap.
Got some claps.
Can I get one of these? Can I get one of those?
The high fives.
100? Yeah, a couple of those.
We got some black high fives, a couple high fives for you. We got some thumbs up. And I'm going to go with it too. Is there any last words that you want to leave the people with?
I'm just going to be honest with you, bro. My dad was in the Rodney King riots, and it's not all bad because that's how I got my first Super Nintendo. So let's not hate.
And it's funny how a riot started your game addiction.
And that's very true. Oh, shit. I feel like Payne. I was like, I'm born into this. I was molded by it. I didn't think about that. You're right. That shit did. You blew my mind. Is this therapy?
I think he was more worried like, not I'm going to get my ass whooped. He was more like, I ain't going to be able to get this game. I'm going to have to go another week without eating. And then I'm going to get this game. That is my guest for today, Alex Payne. He's, like he said, he came from LA. Now he's in New York doing his thing. So check him out when you get time. Again, my name is AJ Dunk, spelled all caps. You can find me at www.ajdunk.com. From there, you have my Facebook, my Instagram, my Twitter. It's all located at ajdunk.com. I'm closing out the show. My name is AJ Dunk, spelled all caps. And you can follow me at ajdunk.com. Don't forget, laughter's always in style. And let them know, Ma.